Hello students, good morning and welcome back to our today's English grammar section. I hope you all are taking good care of yourself. Yes, today we are going to begin with a new topic in our grammar and the name of our topic is nouns number. This video has two parts, part 1 and part 2. So my dear children, get your seatbelt tights and be ready for your flight in which we are going to study about noun number. English grammar is very important. Not only English grammar, but all the languages, grammar plays a very important role. Now, to begin with, in English, a sentence is written with a number of words. When words are taken together and when they are arranged in a meaningful order, it forms a sentence. And each word of that sentence is divided into different class according to the function the word performs. Now, this part is already been taught to you and you have already studied this part in your English grammar topic 1, and that is none other than parts of speech. That is each word in a given sentence which performs its own function or it has its own meanings are called parts of speech. And we know that there are 8 parts of speech. And among these 8 parts of speech, the first part of speech which we are studying in our standard 5th is nouns. Till now, in nouns, you all have studied what is a noun. That is, what do you mean by a noun? And we all know that noun is nothing but a naming word, or a noun is a name of a person, place, animal or thing. Or nouns are also called naming words. So we have studied this about nouns. We have also studied that nouns are divided in different types. Okay, so which are the different types of noun? You must have studied about common noun, proper noun, collective noun, compound noun, concrete noun, abstract noun, countable noun, uncountable noun. You have a picture right in front of you. Common noun means names of all, person, place, animal, thing, which is common to everyone. Proper noun, just as you can see the picture, Eiffel Tower, a specific name given to something, a specific name given to a place like Delhi, Calcutta, Mumbai, America, Paris, specific names which are given to person, Amit, Shital, Raju, Ram, okay? So these are called proper nouns. Collective noun means when we are talking about a particular noun which is in group, like a family, school, students, children, collectiveness, bunch of keys, right? Compound noun means when two nouns, two different nouns are taken together and they form one word, like the example which is in front of you, tooth, paste. Tooth and paste, when they take together, we get toothpaste. Similarly, rainbow, when rain and bow is taken together, rainbow. That is called as a compound noun. Concrete nouns are those which are also called as the material noun, which are made with some material which you can see and feel, like the example which you have in front of you, chair, chalk, chair, sand, gold, okay, anything which can be feel, which can be seen. Abstract nouns are those nouns which cannot be seen, but you can feel it, happiness, fear, bravery, cowardness, loneliness, your taste, right? All these, your anger, are called as abstract nouns. Countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are those, mostly the material nouns which you can count, which you can see you can count. And uncountable nouns are those, these are also material nouns, but you cannot count because they are in plenty, like sugar, milk, hair, stars in the galaxy. You cannot count them. So these are uncountable nouns. Similarly, you have also studied in your last session about noun gender, where you studied about masculine gender, feminine gender and neuter gender. Now, today let us move one step ahead and study another part of noun, and that is we are going to study something which is related with counting of nouns or something which is related, which you have already studied in your primary classes. Now what is that and what are we going to study today? So let us understand. I have given some sentences and some pictures are there in front of you. I will read some sentences for you. Joe is my cousin. I like this beautiful flowers. She played with her brother. The bus stopped suddenly. We saw many animals at the zoo. There are no markers in the box. Children were playing outside. Now these are some sentences which are given, and if you look at the sentences, in these sentences you will have proper noun, you will have common noun, you will have abstract, you will have countable, you will have uncountable noun. All the nouns are there. But along with that, there is something else also which we are going to study. Now what are those? Can you see these words which are there in front of you, which have just appeared? Yes. Cousin, flowers, brother, bus, animals, markers, box, children. Now what can you feel or what can you say about this word? What is different in this word? Well, so my dear children, the difference is that if you look at the words and the sentence, Joe is my cousin. Here you are talking only about one person, Joe, and you are telling your relationship that he is your cousin. Next sentence says, I like these beautiful flowers. As you can see, there are many flowers, bunch of flowers are there, a bouquet of flowers is there. Not a bunch, but a bouquet of flowers. So when there are many flowers, we call it flowers, many. She played with her brother. You are talking only about a single person, one person. So she played with her brother. Brother is only one. The bus stopped suddenly. Only one bus. We saw many animals at the zoo. So many animals. S is there. Then there are no markers in the box. So box is one single, but there are no markers. Markers are many. And children were playing outside. One is child, many becomes children. So these words like cousin, flowers, brother, bus, animal, markers, box, children are telling us that we are going to talk about some nouns which are known as one and many. Now you have one green apple, you have one little duckling. You have many, there are 3 apples, so there are many green apples, and you have many ducklings. So in this topic today, we are going to study about one versus many, that is one and many. And what is one and many known as? In other words, it is also known as singular and plurals. So in today's lesson, that is the noun number, we are going to study how to count this noun number. And there are 2 kinds of noun number. One which is called as the singular numbers, and second is the plural numbers. Now what is a singular and a plural noun? So let us understand. Now a noun that refers to one person or thing is said to be in the singular number. One person or one thing. One green apple, one yellow duckling. Second, a noun that refers to more than one person or one thing is said to be in the plural number. That means there were 3 green apples and there were many ducklings. So this is the picture what you have seen first. One versus many. A singular noun which talks about one person and one thing. Plural noun talks about many persons and many things. So let us understand more in detail about these nouns. Okay. Now some points which you have to remember before we move ahead. Now which are those points? Now nouns are of 2 types. Proper noun and common noun. Now proper noun are those nouns which have specific names which I already explained to you, as you can see right in front of you. That is Harry Potter, Australia, Christmas. Material noun, or we call it as a concrete noun, which refers to material or substances which you can see example gold, iron, cotton, diamond, plastic, etc. And abstract noun means those feelings which you cannot see but you can feel. Your anger, your bravery, your favorite thing, your friendship, your childhood, all these are abstract. So proper noun, material nouns and abstract nouns, these nouns, they have no plural number. That means they will always be in a singular form, one. Okay, so they have no plural numbers. Whereas common nouns, common noun means name of person, place, animal, which are common to everyone. These common nouns have plural form. Like you can see the example, hoof, hoofs, like this, the legs of the horses. Goose, geese. Butterfly, butterflies. Loaf, loaves. Cherry, cherries. Box, boxes. So these are some of the examples of common noun which are changed from one to many. So let us understand more in detail about singular and plural, that is one and many. Now I have given some example of the singular and plural noun right in front of you, like bird, birds, fork, forks, broom, brooms, game, games, camel, camels, lamb, lambs, decks, decks, nest, nest, doll, dolls, pen, pens, egg, eggs, photo, photos, flower, flowers, shirt, shirts. So these are some of the examples of singular and plural nouns. Now, to understand and to know more about these nouns, that how you can change a singular, that is one noun, into many, that is a plural noun, we have to understand some rules. Now, these are some 8 basic rules. Now, in today's topic, we are going to understand these 8 rules, and along with these 8 rules, there are 4 more rules which we are going to understand. Now, which are the 8 rules, the simple 8 rules? First, add s to form the plural of most of the nouns. Second, if the word end in s, x, z, ch or sh, add es. Third, if the word ends in y, change y to I and add es. Fourth, if the word ends in f or fe, change the f to an v and add es. Fifth, if the word ends in y and has a vowel sound before it. Now, what is a vowel sound? If you remember, we have 5 vowel sound in our English alphabet. And which are those 5 vowel sound? A, E, I, O, U. And the remaining words, that is the 26 alphabet, 5 are vowels. So, the remaining 21 are the consonant sounds. Okay. So, if you have a Y before and has a vowel before it, add S to it. Similarly, if the word ends in a consonant before and O, you add a ES. Then there are some nouns which don't change, they remain the same. And there are some nouns which have the new spellings. Now, these are some basic rules. Along with these basic rules, there are another rules also which we are going to learn. So, let us understand more in detail about singular and plural noun by keeping in mind these rules how to form plural nouns. So, we will stop here with our part 1 and we will continue with our part 2 where we will understand each and every rule more in detail. So, don't go away anywhere. Stay tuned. We will continue with our part 2, nouns, number.